used to work there.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, oh wow, maybe before I was even born.
Okay.
But later on, up in the, when I was around, but I'd be walking from my house in the project to Bethune School. Right there on 12th Avenue in Buckeye, there was a stump. There was a stump there. And you go by there at certain times during the day or whatever, a big fat lady would be sitting on that stump asking for donations for the church.
Yeah.
You couldn't have missed it if you'd been there. You did, right, yeah. That was my aunt. She raised my daddy. She lived right there on 12th, a couple of houses into 12th Avenue.
Remember the drugstore that was there in the corner?
Which corner was that?
12th Avenue.
12th Avenue?
Right next to that building you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
You don't remember that drugstore? Davis, remember you ever heard of Davis?
I don't remember.
Mr. Davis run that drugstore.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, back
He's the oldest child.
No.
Some girls older than him.
My sister Maxine, she's older. Yeah, my brother Ben Jr. is older. But Maxine's the same age as Shirley.
Is Shirley?
Yeah, and my brother Ben about the same age as Elaine. Yeah.
I was thinking about Ben getting married closer and had a child older than Shirley. And the older sister is the same age as Shirley. Because Shirley was born, she was the third one. But I remember no children. And my mother only had 3. She had a boy and a girl who died before I was born.
Yeah.
And I didn't see that, well, I couldn't see him because he was dead before I was born. And then she had me, my auntie, I know one of my aunties, both of the 2 oldest aunties, they had about 6 or 7 children. But I had one auntie, probably 2, because one of them was dead before I was born. And Emma, her name was Emma. What's my mom's name? Anyway, my mother's baby sister, she didn't have no kids.
Did you have? But you didn't have any brothers and sisters?
I had a brother and a sister. Okay. But I didn't see them. They died before I was born.
That's what you said. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, I'm the only one.
Back there, those 17 and 18 kids back in those days, like where my grandmother and grandfather was, it was the idea of having some laborers.
Right.
Yeah, they had a lot of property, and they had the grocery store. They were entrepreneurs. They had a church. They built a Love Chapel. They named it after them, Love Chapel.
Well, you know, back in them days,
to have laborers, yeah.
More children they had, especially because, you know, back then had farm work mostly. Yeah. Back in them days. Yeah. The more children had, more you had to help pick cotton and chop cotton.
That's right.
Because my mother was the baby, so you go from 17 kids down to there. It's a big age difference. So by the time she graduated from high school, she said, "I'm out of here. Right. I ain't working no farm." And she moved to Los Angeles.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. I couldn't pick no cotton. And my dad wouldn't put me in the cotton. My stepdad wouldn't put me in the cotton bag. My mother said, he's going to school. Okay. So I stayed in school. But I did go out and pick some cotton with them. It took me a whole week to make $1.
When you were a kid, that was a fun thing to do. But when you're a kid, that's a fun thing to do.
But no fun. I don't know.
With the big kids.
My uncle farm. I lived when I was in Oklahoma. My mother lived in town all the time, in Oklahoma and different towns. And my uncle farmed. So now my granddad, I never see either one of my granddads. My granddad died in 1912. My uncle was 12 years old when his father died. He started taking care of his mother, from the time that his dad died until my grandmother died here in 26.
Oh, really?
Uncle Perry was young when he died. He was only 35 when he died. But he took care of all that time. He farmed in Oklahoma. And my grandmother always would ask my mother, let me come down on the farm and be with her. And I was going down to the farm, back to the city, back to the farm all the time. Staying with my grandmother. And I never could understand why come she'd have me to come down to the farm and stay with all the grandchildren she had. I'm the only one she'd take. Come down to the farm and stay. I could not call her grandmother. Her grandma, nothing. Never did. I couldn't do it. I had to call her mama. And I called my mother mother. I didn't call her mama. Like a lot of the kids do call my mama. I had to call my mother mother. And I had to call my grandmother mama. And I asked her one time about it. We were living right there on 10th Street, between Jefferson and Madison, one of those shotgun houses. And me and my uncle's wife's sister's kid were playing out in the backyard. And he said, Grandma, so-and-so. And she talked to them this big, Grandma. And I got to call her Mama. I said, Mama. She said, what? How come I can't call you Grandma? Shut up, boy. That was it.
Right.
That was it.
Right.
Shut up, boy.
Well, thank you, Mr. Hamm. I appreciate the time.
Quite well.
And what I'd like to do again, we can talk some more about a lot of other things about Phoenix and at another time. But I want to get this Dunbar thing, kind of nailed down, and you're being the first, so we'll look at the tape and see what we need to do better next time.
Okay.
But I think and I'll give you a copy of the whole thing,
All right.
So you'll have that.
Okay.
Be good. Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
Yeah, I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Love.
Yeah.
God bless you. God bless you.
God bless you too.
Hanging in there.
Well,
When I